decide your own track. Hello everyone.
Welcome to the very ever first episode of Off the Map.
Mandua Pekanbaru International Class very own podcast.
A space where we dive into all things education and beyond.
I'm Arfa, your host for today's session, along with my co-host,
Rara. Wow, the very first episode of Mandua Pekanbaru International Class English podcast.
Wow.
How do you feel, Arfa, being the host of this special talk?
I feel unbelievable to sit here along them
with our very special guest.
Yeah,
but I'm kind of feeling nervous here.
Yeah, same.
In this very cold room.
Very cold.
Okay. But before we start, Rifa, what is this Off the Map? We should tell people what this Off the Map is for, shouldn't we?
So basically Off the Map is a program to mean international class to a wider demographic, motivate viewers and students from all of Indonesia to learn English.
And also for them to motivate them to working towards their dream to become an international student, as well as become a place for internationals to learn many more new things, such as organizing, producing this podcast, and public speaking too. Now, before we go on to our other episode later on, talking about English and talking about education, for this first episode, we should get to know what international class is, right?
Yes.
So I feel like we have the very perfect guest for today to get to know international class.
Yes. Okay, so before we jump into the main section,
we like to remind everyone, don't forget to subscribe to our International Class YouTube channel for future podcast episodes. Or you can also go out, follow us on Spotify so you can listen to us on the go.
And don't forget also to follow us in our socials, Instagram and TikTok at International M2M so you will not miss our future podcast and our future program.
Before we start, Rifa, we want to mention a very special supporter that have helped us through making this podcast a reality. So, shout out to Cheria TV for helping us creating this podcast. Without further ado, let's start our talk about international class. So, maybe we should start introducing our very special guest. Please welcome the Kakak and Abang from the Generation 7 of International Class.
So maybe Bang, you might introduce yourself to the camera.
Hello guys, I'm Dhaffa, I'm 7th gen of International Class.
And I'm Eizel, also from the 7th generation.
And I'm Najwa from the 7th generation of the International Class.
Woo! It's long time no see after you guys been very busy in tests and organizing your future plans. Yeah. So, how are you been feeling, Kakak and Abang, these past few days, or even right now?
Pretty okay.
Yeah,
I guess. To be honest, but a little busy, right?
Very busy.
Before right now, I'm feeling excited.
Excited for this special episode. Of course, I'm feeling excited. The very first launch of our new program.
Program. Okay, so we know that they have been in international class and Mandua for 3 years, right? So could you guys explain your journey in Mandua, especially KI, international class?
Well, I mean, for starting from the selection, right?
Yeah.
I mean, my story for the selection was pretty straightforward. It was pretty boring. But I think these two have some pretty interesting stories to tell.
Interesting stories.
Maybe Najwa have an interesting story?
Okay, let's start from my very first test of the international class. Before we get into the interview of the international class, we have a TOEFL selection, as you all know.
Yeah.
And there's something interesting and embarrassing at the same time.
Embarrassing.
So, the test was held right after lunch, and I was enjoying my lunch too much, and then I got a bit late to the class, but yeah. When I get to the class, everyone is already sitting, and when I come in and put my backpack on the chair, suddenly my mom called me.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Was it on silent?
No, it
It
wasn't on
wasn't on
silent.
silent?
It
Oh,
wasn't on
no.
silent, and because my mom called, then my Attack on Titan ringtone rang very loudly in the
Attack on
class.
Titan in
Yes.
the middle of
Yes, so like
full
Sasageyo,
test.
Sasageyo.
How do you
Oh,
feel?
middle of the
Sasageo.
silence.
How do you feel?
How do I feel? I feel panicked.
But did you pick up though the phone? The call?
I forgot. I don't think so. I think I texted my mom. So yeah.
In the middle of a quiet room. Imagine
In the middle of
Sasageo played on.
But actually, you mentioned the AOT like later in the interview process, right? Like it became useful.
Yeah.
Oh really?
So, after the TOEFL test, we had an interview. And I had my interview with Bro Ridho.
Ooh, Bro Ridho.
Shout out to
Shout out
Bro
to Bro
Ridho.
Yeah, bro. I don't know if you're watching this. One of the older Rangers, well, not older, just left international class.
Yeah.
So, unlike everyone else's interview, somehow my interview was like very, the mood was very light. We talked about animes with Bro Ridho, and Bro Ridho even asked me like, if you were an Attack on Titan character, who would you be?
Oh. Who would you
That's
be?
interesting.
Who would you be?
I don't know, probably the burnt person.
Why?
Armin.
Are you
Oh,
Yeah, the cooked one. Armin was the quiet and the smart one, I guess. And back then I was really quiet, so I was like, yeah, so Armin maybe.
Interesting. Yeah.
Very perfect character for Kak Najwa.
Yes.
So that's Kak Najwa embarrassing and unique story. What about Bang Peña and also Eizel?
Oh, wait, let me think first. Well, oh yeah. I just realized that
Oh.
during my selection, like we have like TOEFL test, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I did my TOEFL test twice.
Oh, what?
You know, because the first time I did my TOEFL test, it was delayed.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, really? All of the
Yeah.
questions? Like
Yeah, all the question.
100
Yeah.
oh, so you need to redo it again.
Yeah, I mean like there's there were 5 people, yeah, same with me, and you know what? I was the I'm the only one who redo it.
Wow.
Yeah, and if I don't do it, like I'm not here.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
you're
yeah.
not gonna
It's like
be
this
sitting.
like make me like so amazed by the butterfly effect, right? Like
Yeah.
imagine if
Yeah.
he did not redo
The
that. like,
biggest what if, right?
The biggest what if in
Yeah.
Bang Peña's
What if
life,
here,
what if
yeah.
he didn't do it?
Yeah.
He would probably not be here,
Yes.
not being the one of the head of ICSE and ICRA.
Yeah.
Okay.
So before we get into ICSE, ICRA, I think we need to talk about what is ICSE and ICRA, Pak.
Yes. So ICSC is basically the student council that is being organized by International Class. So ICSC stands for International Class Student Council. But beside ICSC, we also have ICRA. Right?
Yeah, so it's just like how a school have OSIS and MPK. In international class, we also have ICSE and ICRA. So as Arfa said, ICSE is International Class Student Council. There's also ICRA, International Class Representative Assembly. So here in front of us is this Generation 7 head of ICSE and ICRA. So let's talk about that. How was the feeling and how was it when you were the head of ICSE and ICRA?
Wait, I remember like on that day, on morning, like Bro Ridho, Frau, and Srikandi told us
Oh.
that it's in the morning, like you know,
Yeah,
remember?
it's 7 a.m.
Yeah, 7
yeah.
a.m. and then at 8 a.m. we do our speech for selection.
Really fast.
Right? Yeah,
Oh.
Really
only
fast. That's really
1
fast.
hour.
No, not 1 hour. Like 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Wow!
Yeah.
Speech. Oh wow.
So like in the morning, they suddenly gathered us
Yeah.
and said, "You guys are gonna do the speech for this election.
No.
You guys
wow.
gotta."
No, suddenly, right? And
yes,
like there's
suddenly.
no preparation
Yeah,
whatsoever.
there's no
preparation.
preparation.
But they said we need to prepare our vision and missions to give the speech for the entire international class, so they can determine who to vote to be the next president, the
Yeah.
vice president, and then the head of ICRA.
Wow.
10 minutes preparation for a
10
whole
minutes.
speech, for a whole visi misi of their jabatan selama di ICSE and ICRA. That's really, really cool.
Really fast. Yeah.
So, did it went well? The speeches?
Alhamdulillah.
Well, I mean, it led us to be like this, I guess, right?
Yeah, good enough.
Good enough.
Yeah,
So
good enough.
can you tell us who's the president of ICSE and who's the president of ICRA and also who's the vice president of ICSE?
Let's start.
Oh.
Starting from the president, maybe.
Can you guess? Can you guess which one?
Can I?
it was?
Can you guess?
The president. I'm the president, guys. And our vice president is Bang Dhaffa right there.
Yo, guys.
And Eizel.
I'm the Chief Representative Officer of the ICRA. I was sorry.
Hi.
The MPK, guys.
And the MPK.
Empire.
Yeah.
MPK. Okay. So different. The 10-minute speech. Well, how long did we prepare our speeches for? I feel like we got a whole day.
A whole week, maybe?
A whole week, really? That long? Oh wow! Compared to the 10 minutes, a whole week sounds so lame.
Yeah. Okay. So like speaking about international class, we're a different generation. Like you guys are the seventh generation, we're the eighth
And then
generation.
there's already the 9th generation, and this year we're going to hold selection for the 10th generation of international class. 10 years of international class, a whole decade.
A whole decade. Yeah.
Now, so has there been differences between your years and our years, or even the generation before you guys?
Dude, I mean, lots, I guess. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, lots,
Every generation has their own differences.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for example, this podcast, I mean, like, it's the new one.
Yeah, this
This
is
Oh,
is
it is
the
the new
first
one.
one.
Like, have this
2
before.
years before, like, this wasn't even thought of. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like 2 years before, like international class was less systematized. Like right now, there wasn't the ICSE, there wasn't the
Yeah.
ICRA.
Yeah.
So it was like generation 6.
Sixth, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
So,
Yeah,
like,
6. Yeah.
Us three were the second generation that held the title as the president, vice president, and ICRA head.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
new.
Yeah,
it's
it's
pretty
new.
new.
ICRA and ICSC was only made from the generation before us, the 6th generation.
But Bangawan and friends, right?
Yeah, but
No, Bang Awan.
So like, I mean, before that, like, it was mostly informal. Like, it was mostly like Frau telling us to go gather, and
Yeah.
I think it was more like intuitive. Like nowadays, it's like, well, they're systematized. Everything feels systematized. Like there's debate at 10 later. There's debate on Tuesday. There's on Thursday. But back in the day, it was like more intuitive. We just knew that on that day, there's going to be debate. And I guess, it was more informal. But don't you guys feel like systematizing it was like
It's better. It's better
Yeah,
because
it's
now
better.
like everything is
Better, right?
scheduled and we know where to go and to lead. And I feel like with ICSE and ICRA, there's more events happening in KI too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Besides this, we also have event.
Yeah, a lot of
A lot of
event and
event.
competition. So maybe tell us a bit of your daily life in KI, maybe
Yeah.
in international class, what you guys do,
What's
and
your habit?
maybe the viewers want to know what is the difference between international class and other classes. Does it like only about English, or is it just because they speak English and that's it? Is that the only difference? Or also
Or
like
maybe it's because just the TOEFL.
the TOEFL. What are the differences?
I feel a lot of difference.
Well, let's do that.
Obviously. So here's the thing about KI. People think that international class is just about, TOEFL, being good in English, joining competitions. But I feel like international class is like my family.
We're all family.
Yeah, we're all family. I feel like we managed to strive and to be in this good place is because our closeness with each other. Because dari dulu our brothers and sisters from the past generations, they are really close to the newer generation. Like us. Because we're close, we can teach you, we can guide you, and we can make international class to be better. You asked what's the difference between this generation and the previous or your generation, right? So the one that sticks out for me the most is that we continue developing.
Ah.
So, yeah.
I mean, one of my friends actually asked me like, what difference do you feel from the other classes and international class? And I answered, it wasn't the competitions, because other classes have competitions too. They have coaches too, right?
Yes.
But the difference within international class, that the most prominent difference is that the culture
culture.
of discipline and always striving to be better. Like, okay, in other classes, yeah, they have competitions too, they have coaches too, but once there's not like a continuing cycle of like pressure, we have to be better. But in international class, like once you've maybe finished like on a competition at provincial level, and then Frau and Miss Met tells you, okay, no more provincial level competitions. Let's go
Go
straight to the
national.
national.
Go
Yeah,
national.
right.
Even international.
Even international, all right?
Actually pretty crazy. So I mean, yeah, like the culture of discipline, it really pushes you. Like, I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard. It's, of course, it's training. It's more stressful rather than not having any pressure. But I guess that's the entire point of
Having the
always
pressure.
continuing to strive to be better, right?
And we love doing it.
Love doing it.
I mean, the thing you want to say, like, this, like, you cannot feel this outside the KI, right? Like,
Yeah.
only in KI.
Hanya ada di KI.
Yeah, hanya di KI.
Yeah.
So speaking about competition before, like you mentioned about competition, right?
Yeah.
So what competition did you join?
Competition.
I mean, wait, let's start. Wait, do we have, what chambers are we? Speech?
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's see.
So for those viewers, let's talk about Chambers now.
yeah.
Chambers is in international class. We have this after school program or after school classes. One of them being Chambers. So what is Chambers, Arfa?
Chambers is basically a way of how we could deliver our English. So like there is speech, storytelling, debate, Scrabble, newscasting, and maybe research. Yeah?
Even research.
English research.
So yeah, in Chambers is where we mengasah our skills on debating, and there's also speeches and storytelling, and also there's now Scrabble, right?
Yes.
Scrabble, newscasting, and even now there's a lot of our internationals doing social and scientific research. So later on, this chamber is going to be the where we coach our skills to later on compete in competitions, right? So what are your guys' chambers and the competition you guys have joined?
Let's start with the speaker guy.
Yeah.
We're going with the speaker guy.
Wait, let me first. Do you guys know that at first, the first time in KI, I was in speech.
Oh,
You know, like you know that I'm Scrabble side.
Yeah.
But at first, I'm in speech.
Oh, so you
Yeah.
move.
Oh, yeah.
So you move?
Years in speech.
I just remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean like at my first years in KI, I was in speech, and like I'm doing like 3 or 4 competition.
Uh-huh.
Like I never win it.
Oh,
I never read it.
So you switch to
Yeah, I switched to
Scrabble.
Scrabble.
Ah, okay.
Finding a new passion,
Yeah.
maybe. So how is it in Scrabble though? Well,
I think it's pretty good.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Have you
Have you won?
joined competition in and
yeah.
won?
I joined like 3 competition in SEO and CC.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Sumatran English Olympiad by
Sumatran.
UNRI and also
Yes.
Cendana English
Yeah, and
competition.
alhamdulillah I got
By
3rd
SMA
winner.
Swasta.
Yeah.
Third winner.
Last year.
On Scrabble.
All
Yeah.
Scrabble, all
Wow.
Scrabble. So
Amazing.
Bang Peña's true passion is in Scrabble.
Scrabble. A real Scrabble.
Real Scrabble.
Yes.
What about Eizel?
I mean, actually, what are your guys' chambers actually?
Oh, our
our
guys.
chamber.
Let's start with.
Okay,
Arjun.
so
Let's see,
let's-
guys.
So 1, 2, 3, debate. We look like debaters. Do you think we look like debaters though?
Maybe.
Maybe.
But we're not a host.
We're now hosts
Yeah.
on this podcast.
Yeah.
So yes, we're actually being coached by Eizel and
Eizel.
also the seniors above us, such as Bang Awan, Bang Imai, Kak Fifi, Bang Arfa, and so many more.
Yes.
I guess the seniors like played the most crucial role in shaping us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
honest,
that's
yeah.
true. That's true.
Like, I guess that's also part of the culture in international class. It's like every senior has the responsibility to coach
To
and
coach,
teach
to
the
coach.
juniors, right? And yeah, that's also one of the things I find very different from regular classes, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Our family
Actually,
bond.
Najwa,
Okay.
what did you do within the debate?
Oh, within debate?
Yeah.
So you're asking what debate is?
What did you do?
What did I do?
Yeah, you specifically, I guess.
Me specifically. So, I said before, right now, I'm in the newscasting chamber.
Oh,
But-
newscasting.
Yeah, just like Fenya, just like Dhaffa.
Yeah.
We call Dhaffa
Okay.
Fenya, guys.
Whoa.
It's okay.
It's okay.
There's a long story.
There's a long
Yeah,
story.
it's a long
There's a long story.
Inside jokes.
Yeah.
So just like Dhaffa, I was in debate. Yeah, and in debate, I had a lot of fun, but just like also like Fenya, I didn't win a lot of competitions. So I tried to explore my passion in other things like newscasting. But within debate, me specifically, I joined Kalimantan Open Debate back then, and then I joined E-Fest. I won
E-Fest.
2023 E-Fest with Kak Fifi.
Wait, what was your first debate?
My first debate competition?
Yeah, first ever.
It was an open debate.
Oh,
Kalimantan Open Debate, which was a mistake because it was hard.
I bet it was.
Yeah, it was. I was going against like university people.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Was it online?
Yeah, it was online.
That's online.
Yes.
It's
You know,
really cool.
my first debate was actually offline.
Oh,
So-
really?
So, like,
Okay.
Same.
Really?
Same.
Really?
Yeah.
What was yours?
Where?
For me, CC.
What?
Cendana.
Cendana.
Cendana is our
Cendana is
first.
my
Oh.
first
Okay.
First competition
It's
and
That's like my
first
second or third. Like that's a higher level than my first ever debate. My
Oh,
first ever
really?
debate was
How about
like
you?
in UNRI, the University of Riau, held by the Faculty of Social Sciences, I think. And
E-Fest.
no,
No,
the first is
different. It was
FE, right?
Komahi Visip.
Oh,
So
Komahi
Komahi.
I was with Kak Vivi, and I think I got third runner up or something.
Woo! The
Wow.
first
Wow.
competition,
The
third
first
runner up. Oh
competition.
wow,
Crazy.
that's
Crazy.
amazing.
Then yeah, also my first competition was in UNRI.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a
I
lot of
think
competitions being
E-Fest.
held.
Yeah,
E-Fest.
with Kak Dea. You know Kak Dea.
Oh,
Kadea,
Kak Dea.
yeah.
But you know, at the end of the speech, I got blank.
Oh.
Yeah, and I don't win it.
Well, I'm in first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's first time. It's
yeah,
first
fine,
time.
fine,
It's
yeah.
regular.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, I just realized years ago, you know, the KPN,
Oh,
Yeah,
kompetisi pidato nasional.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
National Speech Competition.
Mhm.
Wow.
And yeah, you know what? I have a story for that. Like, during my vacation, at night,
Uh-huh.
Fro called me.
Okay.
Like, Finya, I have a competition. Our headmaster told me to join this competition.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
Fro bilang kalau misalnya ini tuh harus gitu, nggak boleh nggak
Wajib,
gitu.
wajib.
Yeah, wajib.
Terus and then yeah, I talked to Fro. Yeah, okay, Fro, I will join it. And like you, Eizel, with me like doing the recording, right?
Yeah.
Eizel with me. Like after that, we have like three batch. Yeah, tiga tahap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
doing
Stage.
online
Stage.
like making videos and then Zoom
Uh-huh.
meeting,
Mhm.
and then the last in
The
final.
last?
Yeah, they said that we have like we will go to Bali for this competition.
Ooh, Bali.
But you know what?
Oh no.
It canceled.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know what reason like, but the competition was held on Ancol.
Oh, Jakarta.
Jakarta.
Yes.
Wow.
That's so cool. That's
Yeah.
cool though. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's
you,
so
really,
cool.
you really wanted
But
to
I really want to go to Bali.
Of course, like Bali. Who doesn't
Yeah,
want to go to
Bali.
Bali?
Kuta especially so
Yes.
good. Yeah.
I mean, like I never been to Bali before. Like, yeah, it will be good.
Mhm.
But yeah, Alhamdulillah, I got like a favorite winner. Yeah.
Favorite
Favorite winner.
Guys, crazy.
That's like three stages of
Three
competition.
stages.
That's
Yeah,
a
3
lot.
stages.
That's battling thousands of participants, maybe
1,000,
1,000.
1,000
Yeah.
for 500, I guess.
Oh, 500.
Wow, that's a lot. That's still a lot of
Yeah.
people across Indonesia.
Yeah, it because from.
And he-
Because of
Shout out to
Frau.
Frau. Shout out to Frau right
Thank
there.
you, Frau.
Initially, you were like told, or basically like forced by Frau, right? Did you actually want to join KPN or?
Oh, yeah, that's
Guess
a
I
good
won, but
question.
like in my vacation, bro. Like yeah, but yeah.
Liburan.
Because of Fro is my teacher and I love her so much. Like
Wow.
yeah, I also
We love
wanna join
Frau.
it.
But if I was not mistaken, in that time we're organizing Mandu English Festival, right?
Oh yeah, Mandarin.
Yeah.
Mandua English Festival.
So, what's the Manwa English
What
Festival?
is Mandua
What
English
is Mandua
Festival?
English
Pa?
Festival?
Have you guys heard of it?
Have you guys heard of it?
M2EF.
So we actually have the Ketua Pelaksana and Ketua
Umum.
Ketua Umum
Yes.
here with us
And then
today.
the treasurer.
The treasurer and the
secretary.
secretary.
And secretary. Wow.
So
How did that start?
how did that start?
they-
How did M2EF start?
So like the idea of M2EF, it started like from generations ago. It's like
Bang Awan eh?
no, not even
No, Bang Awan.
Bang Awan.
Before.
Before.
Bang
Oh
Arjun.
wow, Bang
Bang
Arjun.
Which generation? But like basically Bang Arjun.
Fourth.
Oh, fourth.
Fourth,
Okay.
yeah.
So basically Bang Arjun said to Frau one day, Frau, I think we can make a competition. And then Frau said, well, okay, but like how will we do it? And for how many generations? That was like
Three,
four,
Four generation.
Four even, four.
From the fourth generation.
From the fourth.
Yeah.
From the fourth
So
to the
it's like
eighth.
three or
9 masuk.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Four,
yeah.
5, 6,
Yeah.
7. Yeah.
And then okay.
5 to 4
It never materialized, and then until generation 6. You know the initial story for N2EF.
Yeah.
Basically, Frau pushed, if I'm not wrong, Bangawan and well the team of ICSEN
Yes.
back in the day. Basically, they wanted to make just a small competition, like
Small
just make it
competition.
online. and,
Online
make it,
competition.
yeah, small scale. Just make it.
Province.
No, not even.
Not even
Province?
City level. like-
City
City
level.
level.
Pekanbaru only.
Yes.
Yeah, like very small. Like I mean, I think it could have been possible, but it never materialized until
Until
came the generation below them, which is us. So
Generation 7.
I mean. We had lots of experience in extracurriculars, right? You remember Rino UFest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Japanese
Rino Fest.
club
Yeah.
of Mantu
Japanese
Pekanbaru.
festival. So basically, the big inspiration came from them. To be honest, I gotta admit, because they showed us like even such as not a very prominent organization, right? Like Japanese Club was not very viewed as like a prominent extracurricular within Mandua, and they showed everyone in Mandua and the entire province that even with such a limited limited resources, we could make such an amazing competition. And then we basically got inspired from that. So
Wow.
There-
actually, when did we start talking about
When did we
M2EF,
start
right?
talking about
Maybe.
M2EF?
For what I remember, yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was on our Discord, right? Like we're playing game, and then we talk about this.
Really?
Yeah, I guess like yeah. Yeah, we
Wow,
talk
unexpected.
After
Wow.
the Rino U Fest, like we're talking about what if we make a competition like Bang Awan said, and then also after that Bang Awan like gather us to talking about this.
Yeah.
In our class.
Yeah. Oh, and I remember like the very first like structure inti.
Oh, yeah.
Of M2EF was like it was just made on paper and we
Scribbled
just
out.
on pencil and paper like very cool. But it was like March of 2024. So like, March. And
March
didn't-
2024.
we didn't really talk about it like
Until July.
Until July.
Yeah, until July.
So Arfa, you as the Ketua Pelaksana of M2EF here, do you have like what was your feeling of tiba-tiba diajak and like to talk about M2EF? How was it? How was it being Ketua Pelaksana here? Pak?
Honestly, it came from selection. I do my work in selection is about for TOEFL checking, right?
Yeah.
So then after that, I don't know why. Awalnya tuh di masjid, right? And then I was called by Bang Eizel kalau nggak salah, ya. Then he called me to like came to the front of 12th grader. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
How was that?
So then when I came, Bang Eizel told me like, Fa, mau nggak jadi ketua pelaksana? And then I was very surprised, right?
Of course, you're
Very-
surprised being
yeah.
Ketua Pelaksana of a first ever event, a big event in
big
KI.
event.
It was such a big event. So like, yeah.
But despite from that, I do really enjoy to be a ketua pelaksana, and I do not regret it.
Big applause to M2EF and further M2EF in the future.
Yes.
So like, yeah, in international class, we have seen that there's a lot of events. We don't only do belajar and belajar and belajar.
Yeah.
Also, we do activities and also fun stuff such as campus tour.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love campus tour.
It's like
Going abroad and studying or continuing our education abroad after high school. So we also have this annual program each year now called Campus Tour, where we go to countries abroad and look at their university and so on. So what was your campus tour like? What was your campus tour like?
The 2024.
the
Same campus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also our first campus tour.
We're the same campus. It was the second ever campus tour. I mean,
Yeah.
But for us, it's first time.
Yeah, we didn't go to the first one, right?
Yeah.
It was only the 12th graders and 11th graders at the time. We were 10th graders at
Yes.
the time, right? Yeah.
We were
So-
here. We weren't even
Hey,
here.
where did you guys? Where did we go in campus tour actually?
So where did we go, Pa?
so we go to
Singapore.
right? 3 universities.
Two universities.
Yeah.
We went to
Oh, yeah.
Singapore and also Malaysia.
Malaysia.
In Singapore, we get to explore and we get to know more about
NTU,
and
Nanyang-
NUS
Nanyang Technological University
and National University of Singapore.
While in Malaysia, we visited UKM, right?
Yes,
Yes.
Universitas
University Kebangsaan
in
Malaysia.
Malaya.
Malaysia. Malaysia. So,
Okay.
what was your feeling when you were in campus tour? Was it fun? What was like the stories inside of your campus tour itself?
The story.
The stories inside of
A
it.
lot of story.
A lot of stories.
It was mostly fun. Like overall, it was.
You don't even need to ask. Of course it's fun.
Of course it's fun. Of course it's fun. Going abroad with your
Yeah.
friends for a week.
What did you guys get the most? Like, yeah, what's the thing you get the most from campus
don't
tour?
know.
Maybe the culture.
The culture? The culture?
Yeah, maybe.
What do you mean the culture?
Of how they could learn in abroad is different comparing to Indonesia.
How they learn?
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And we get
Did you experience like culture shock or something?
culture shock.
Culture shock.
I mean,
Yeah, for me, yeah. You know,
Really?
Well,
What's
it's
where
like
that?
a mall for me.
Like a mall? And yours is like a mall. It's so big though.
Honestly, it can be more like if I don't go with you guys, like if I do go to Singapore alone and I maybe like tersesat di NUS, maybe I will think that it's a mall, not a university.
Not a university. It's so
Not a
cool.
university.
I mean, to be honest, yeah, it's really different from like campuses in Indonesia. Like,
Yeah.
Even well, let's just start here. Like the University of Riyadh is really different.
Yeah.
And UI ITB is really different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like different countries have different educational style too. So I guess that affects how the campus looks like also, right? So does that inspire you guys to maybe go to NUS and NTU or UKM?
You don't need to ask.
Start.
Of course, it inspired all of us to pursue our education further there. Do any of you guys have like a certain place from that? Do you want to go at NTU or NUS?
Najwa.
Maybe.
Najwa.
Najwa.
So actually, not just me, you too.
Well, yeah.
Me and Eizel are applying for NTU
Oh,
this year,
nice.
and please pray for us.
I mean,
Well, I really hope that when we maybe look at this podcast, like 1 year after this,
Yeah.
we'll be like students in there.
Maybe like Bang Awan one day.
Yeah, Bang Awan.
Bang
right now.
Nashwan. Bang
Bang
Nashwan
Nashwan,
too.
Bang
yeah.
Awan, Kak Dea,
Kak Dea, Kak
Kak
Akai.
all of ours.
That's actually really crazy. Like last generation, sixth generation, there were 3 alumni from international class that got into the Nanyang Technological University. And why is that so prominent? NTU is the top 16th or something university within that range in the entire world.
Wow. Give a big applause.
Big applause.
So like for 3 students from the same class, same exact class, to get into NTU is a really big achievement, and well, really shows what KI does to you, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Kak Najwa?
How about Kak Najwa?
In NTU?
What am I applying for? I'm applying. So they gave us 5 majors to choose upon, 5 selections. So my first option is arts, design, and media.
Kak Najwa is very good in art.
Yeah.
Very good in art.
He has a lot of
Drawing.
design.
That's her passion.
Her passion.
Maybe the editor could,
show some of Kak Najwa's arts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Portfolio.
It's very crazy.
It's really crazy.
What was the second option then?
Second option, IEM,
That's IEM.
What's IAM?
engineering and media, information engineering and media.
Information.
It's actually in the EEE.
Yeah, EE.
Triple E.
Yeah,
Triple E and NTU.
Yeah.
Which they actually came to our school, right?
Yeah, they actually did came to our school.
Triple E is what again? Electrical.
Electrical.
Something.
Electronic engineering.
There you go. Electrical.
Yes.
Go they stay, yeah.
Yes, say.
STE.
Stay.
Stay.
So yeah, not long ago, NTU and our seniors there NTU have visited Mandua to talk about how it is in NTU and Triple E's, and it was a very, very fun
It's very
talk, a very
warm welcome.
warm welcome by us.
Yeah, imagine like the top universities of the world suddenly coming to
Coming to us. Yeah,
high school
exactly.
in Indonesia. You know?
Not random.
Well, not random, I guess, but yeah, it's just very, very remarkable to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But speaking of that, I miss Prof. Azhar though.
And his coffee drinking impression.
Coffee drinking.
We're doing impression.
You know, he said like he was so.
And there you go. There it is.
He said that he was intrigued by how bapak-bapak in Indonesia drink their coffee, and then dia praktekin gitu. Gimana?
You know.
From us, if you watch this, we miss you so much.
We miss you.
Miss you.
Najwa, hopefully see you.
Amin.
Okay, gak kerasa ya. Ternyata they're going to graduate soon.
Yeah.
Not even like a couple of months from now, so you're going to graduate, right? Leaving us, your brothers and sister in KI. So talking about, so you have retired from ICSC and ICRA, right?
Yeah.
So, and not long from now, you're going to leave KI.
Maybe leave Indonesia.
Leave Indonesia, maybe, to go abroad. Amin. So, how do you feel, Kak? Seeing the reality of going to graduate soon.
It's crazy. I mean, like 1 year ago, I see my seniors going through this, and right now I'm going through it.
Yeah.
But I'd say I'm really grateful for my high school experience. Like in KI, managing KI, it was the peak high school moment of my life. Like there's this one point that I came to school just for KI.
So KI, yeah,
Doing KI so much.
I mean, I can't deny it's really, really, it's a very big thing to think about. But I mean, as long as we do the process, I guess.
Yeah.
And we just believe, and
Yeah.
it's not going to be a long time anymore.
Yeah. For me also, it's kind of hard, I guess. Like, we should go for our university. I mean, for join a university is not easy as we think. Like, we need
Of course.
prepare our score. We need to prepare for if we need to prepare for S.Pd if you want to go to Indonesia, and also we need to prepare our IELTS. Like, but alhamdulillah, I'm joining in KI, right? Like, teacher in KI teach us about TOEFL and IELTS, and
And they
it will
really,
be more easy.
yeah, and they really push us to like do our best.
Yeah.
Like what
Yeah,
Peña
yeah.
said. If Frau didn't call him in his holiday, he wouldn't have won the national
Yeah.
competition.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
true.
Yeah, this is part of the culture, right?
Yeah, and you know it's sad retiring from ICSE and ICRA. Gitu kan. I feel old, but the cycle goes on, and now it's your turn.
Now we're the head of ICSE and ICRA, along with Nalisya as our president of ICSE now.
Yeah, back there.
So it's going to be sad seeing you guys graduate and the graduation ceremony that we're going to see.
But maybe enough for the sedih-sedih, right? What is the most memorable thing that you have experienced in high school?
In
Yeah,
high
I
school.
There's a lot of things.
There's a lot. Yeah, of course there's a lot. It's very fun here.
Choosing one is so wow.
Yeah,
Whoa.
but if I had to choose, I'd say two things.
Okay.
One thing is being the president of the international class because you know back when I first joined KI, I was a really shy person. Like you can see me talking here. I was quiet. I wore a mask because it was COVID, and
Also, you are introvert.
yeah.
Oh yeah, me too. Me too. It changed us a lot.
Yeah, it changes a lot. But yeah, because of that, you know, I'm grateful because Kai also made me be able from going to that introverted, quiet girl who manages to maximize my potential and learn that introverts can do this too.
Yeah, that's true.
right.
That's true.
And the second one, most memorable, campus tour.
Campus tour, of course. Campus tour is very memorable to every one of us. So yeah.
This is probably like campus or two, either campus or M2. You have to be honest. How
Oh,
about you, though?
For me, it's, you ask about memorable. Like,
Yes,
Most memorable.
most
for me,
one.
it's just a simple question as like being part of international class.
oh,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
That's true. That's true.
if I don't join this, I mean like maybe there will be
Different.
I will have no experience like
That's
this.
true. That's true.
I mean like KI teach me a lot. Teach me about public speaking, how to communicate with your friends. I mean also the English skills and the others. And also maybe if I have to choose one, the M2F I guess.
MTF.
I mean, like-
MTF is such a
Suka duka ada di
suka
sana.
duka ada di
Yeah.
sana.
Like kita lebih known each other gitu.
Yeah, that's true.
True, true.
And if you guys remember, we actually started M2F during holidays, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
we
that's
had
true.
Zooms with Frau and Sir and Bro and Miss Metri.
At night.
At night.
Yes.
In our holiday.
Yeah, it's really amazing.
It's really amazing. A huge process
A huge
for a huge event that we held. I feel like, yeah, same with what Bang Peña said. KI changes a lot and teaches us to maximize our true potential. So, okay, you're going to graduate soon. You're going to leave Mandua and also KI. Do you have any specific future plans you guys want to pursue after this?
Of course, university, right?
Yeah,
Right.
university.
Yeah.
University.
Yeah, for me right now, I want to join Bandung Technical University.
ITB.
Yeah.
What major?
Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering.
FTMD.
FTMD.
What about
Eizel also have same one.
To be honest, in Indonesia, yeah.
Yeah, in Indonesia.
Indonesia?
I mean, besides being known as the CR of the ICRA, I'm also known as Turkey guy in
Turkey guy.
Turkey guy.
everything about like my phone case, my phone wallpaper, everything
Yeah.
about Turkey.
Where's the phone case?
It's down there.
Oh, no, okay.
Anyway, so like that's one of my first hope, which is the Turkey Bursary scholarship, and well sebenarnya beda tipis sama ITB,
Yeah.
ITU.
Yes,
ITU.
Technical. Oh, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, hopefully that. But kalau Naju ganti lagi I-nya jadi N.
NTU.
NTU. From ITB to ITU to NTU.
Wow.
Very cool.
But fun fact, we actually want to go to ITB.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
Okay,
sure.
you guys want to go to
Yeah,
ITB?
FTMD. FSRD.
Okay.
We love you.
Okay.
But me too. I also want to. I also apply to Turkey.
Oh,
Oh,
Busulari scholarship.
Yes.
Wow.
Aw, hopefully you guys get your dreams university. I mean. Okay. So gak kerasa ternyata we've been here for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Very short. It feels very short. Huh?
Yeah.
It's always this fun talk. So before you guys leave KI, do you have any special kata-kata hari ini dong Kak? What is kata-kata hari ini
Kata-kata hari ini.
from all three of you?
Just be one. Just be who you want to be. Yeah.
Be who you want to be.
Just be who you want to be.
Serious or not serious?
Not serious.
Not
maybe.
Not serious?
Yeah.
Okay. Serious going to be brought on but by Kak Najwa later on.
Not serious. Yes.
Make it long.
Make it long.
You want a good future? Go to Turkey.
Okay, Kak Najwa. The serious one. The serious one.
Okay, please.
Okay. Don't be afraid to try. Always maximize your potential. And don't give up. Try your best. Try to reach whatever you want. Don't be afraid to dream as high as you can. Because as they say, if your dream's not high enough to make people say you're crazy, it's not big enough.
Yeah.
So you gotta go bigger.
And also don't regret what you have done.
Yes.
Que sera.
Okay, Sarah.
Okay,
So we need to soar more higher.
soar higher. We need to soar
Soar
more
higher.
higher. Just like
higher, guys.
soar
Maybe the
higher.
audience doesn't know what
Yeah.
soar
Soar
higher
higher is our KI slogan, international class slogan
Our
to
chant.
reach
Yeah.
Maybe we
for.
can do it now.
Oh,
Can you
sure.
now? Okay, wanna do it now? Okay, Arfa, cue it. Okay,
Oh, me?
Arfa, cue it.
Oh, okay. So, okay. International class.
Soar higher. So, before we end this session, do you have any pesan and kesan for your juniors later on to continue?
10th generation or maybe 9th.
Ninth
Or
and
maybe
10th
us.
generation. And us maybe.
Everyone.
Your last kesan pesan for us. Oh, that's sad. Apa ya?
Okay, this is a hard one.
Hard one.
They need to think.
They
Right?
need to think because
Yeah.
probably there's a lot of things that they want to tell
Yeah.
us.
Still thinking.
Still thinking.
Maybe for me, it's simple. Like just keep KI as family. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's hard.
Oh, no.
I second that. Keep KI as family and keep doing your best. Like right now, you're doing so much better than us. We keep developing, and I love that.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's my message. Don't be afraid to innovate for guys.
Yes.
Like this, for example. Like we during our era, this was never thought of.
No
Yeah.
podcast.
After M2F, everything just started innovating more and more for guys.
And it's all thanks to you guys as well.
you guys
and
as
also
well.
Our
the
seniors.
sixth
Our
generation
seniors,
and
like
above us
fifth.
as well.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, nearing the end, before we end this, let's do our off the map
Off the map.
slogan. So, we do this off the map,
Off the map,
decide your own
decide
track.
Okay.
Okay? Decide your own
track.
track.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe you could.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Off the map, decide your own track. Thank you for being here today, being our special guest. We are very honored to have you guys and hope to see you guys later on as well. And maybe nanti next diundang as from ITB
From
and
ITB and TU, maybe.
and Turkey.
For part two.
And also,
Maybe.
and also special thanks.
Special
to
thanks to Ceria
Ceria
TV
TV.
for making this possible for us. Without their help, we wouldn't be able to create this as what it is now. Create this into a reality.
Yes.
So, nearing the end, I feel like we need to say goodbye now. It's very sad, but okay.
Okay.
Thank you for everyone for watching, and hope to see you guys in the next episode. Bye
Bye bye.